Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with this Friday expert, good friend of the channel, and somebody who has helped me take dead money out of properties, Mr. Stephen Dow. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. A little chilly here in Texas this
Yeah,
morning.
I can see that, dude. You got a
Yeah.
hat on and a sweater. What's the deal?
I mean, I'm all, skin and bones. So, I mean, even with the heater on, I'm walking around. I got to throw on. Yeah. So,
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. But hey, one of the things I wanted to talk about is I just want to again remind people about the flexibility and power of non-QM lenders. Again, non-QM is a space. You work for Velocity Mortgage, is a provider in that space. So let's get the marketing spiel out of the way, and then we'll dive in.
Thank you. Thank you for remembering. Although I work very happily for Velocity Mortgage Capital, all the ideas and topics discussed on this channel are that of my own, and let's get it cracking.
There you go. Well, hey, what I want to talk about here, again, because you're a non-QM lender, you're a make sense lender. And a lot of people hear that, they think it's marketing shtick or spiel. So I thought we'd just give them some examples of what a make sense lender is, because it's very different than a bank. For example, and I'm going to throw some scenarios and you go yay or nay. Okay. Let's try this. Hey, I'm a new investor. I just set up my LLC. I've got 2 weeks of history with the LLC, and I want to buy in. I want to buy inside it. Can you help me?
Yes.
Again, exactly. But a bank would go, nope, got to buy in your name, right?
Right.
Stuff. So
and you gotta have at least 2 years in entity if that's the case. Otherwise, and I need at least 2 years of tax returns and yada yada yada.
Yeah, so you can sell.
I mean, if you can fit that mold, then by all means. But yeah.
No, you can do a 2-week-old, 2-day-old, 2-minute-old LLC, no problem.
Well, that's the beauty of our product line that goes hand in hand with your message and your subscribership and your channel, because it allows for first-time investor, mom and pop, to enter into the real estate investing game, and at a level where it's, I wouldn't say even, because you might be lacking in some ways. That's why you're not able to get conventional financing, but we still allow you to still achieve, the financing needs, but with a lot less headache. And again, a lot more flexibility because, for example, there was, I believe someone on your website group provided a possible opportunity on investment property they found and was looking for like a JV or joint venture type partner. And I thought that interesting because, in the case of something like that, it would be, I think, a much more attractive opportunity if all parties were involved, wouldn't have much of a collateral damage in the case of something would happen and there was a default or disagreement, right? So
think about the downside.
Cases, right. So in our case, we allow you to hold title as an entity. If anything happens, since we don't report to the credit bureau and you default, we just take the property back. There's no negative derogatory credit history happening on either part of you, whether one or the other has to be the personal grantor. So to that degree, you're able to then buy the property as a partner, brand new, add them to the LLC, create it just brand new. You just got to put down, the minimum down payment, but otherwise no tax return, no pay stub, no W-2. So neither of your partner's debts would affect the loan qualification adversely as well. Because sometimes, they got the money and they got the experience. Yeah, but they got so much in debt. Now you can't qualify for conventional financing anyway. So there's a lot more of an easier, I believe, setup if you're looking for that type of, joint venture without really knowing them until so it makes it an easier partnership right away without having to have so many requirements to have it make happen. So I think somebody like that, and shout out to Colleen. I didn't want to give out her last name, but I believe that's the person that posted on your thing. Give me a call.
Yeah. What I would tell you if you're doing JVs, again, I haven't looked at that deal. I haven't looked at the scenario at all.
Right.
But yeah, I think, doing joint ventures, you've got to think about the downside, right? And sometimes that's setting it up front. Yeah. So again, I don't know the deal, don't know the story, but I would tell a lot of, hey, friends, hey, partner up, do this. I would tell you the best thing to do would be to set up an entity, which of course is then going to hurt your ability to get lending at a traditional bank. So plan for more expensive money, but again, 30-year fix with a non-QM lender such as yourself. So yeah, JVs lots of times should come here or go to a non-QM lender.
Well, Lawrence Alucard, for example. For example, him and his wife actually were doing investing and decided to kind of diversify because power numbers. And they, I believe, brought it. I don't want to give up too much of their personal stuff, but brought in some other, partners into that. And it's worked out. So they found that, hey, we could do more with other people involved instead of having to leverage all of our resources. So it's worked out, good for them. He's just looking for another project. I think again,
cool.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
So the other thing, going back to this yes or no. So let's assume I'm self-employed, right? Self-employed
Yes.
borrowers got smoked the last 2 years. Basically can't help you. Income stream,
Right.
this, that, the other thing. You can help.
All day long, because again, no tax return, no pay stub, no W-2, no 4506. I don't know if many people know what that is, but call me and I'll tell you. But long story short, it allows for someone who plays a more of an aggressive tax, game to get financing, because at some point you're either going to pay the bank or you're going to pay Uncle Sam. So in this case, you're going to be paying me a little bit more, but
Yeah,
that's the nature of
makes
business.
sense, lender, right?
But the ease of use, the speed, the effectiveness, the lack of I would say collateral damage. I don't know how else to put it. I don't want to put it in such a severe manner, but when you take out more conventional loans, it does impact your score because it does reflect on your credit history. So it's gonna lower your score, whereas with any loans you take out with me, and again, unlimited, no limitation on that, it doesn't affect your score because we don't report to the credit bureau. So a lot of flexibility, makes sense lender. And then as far as accommodations for how you just set it up, or how you're set up financially. Again, I just opened up my LLC. I just became self-employed, less than 2 years. Different jobs too, as well. Like if you're a freelancer, sometimes working in the movie industry, there's a lot of, if you're not with the right lender and the underwriter doesn't really understand how you get paid, especially in the entertainment business, they might be underwriting it wrong, and you sometimes just don't get qualified because even the automated computer, some cases doesn't know how to figure that out. So it's a little bit more complex, and then, again, most of your tax returns don't all add up because I'm sure that most of those people pay that aggressive tax payment as well. So the ease of use, the flexibility, and again, long 30-year fixed loans, we're not really trying to set them up for short-term financing. So it works out.
And then the last one we'll talk about here is you will do the mythical blanket or portfolio loans. A lot of new investors go, hey, I want to do 3 deals in Cleveland or this or that, and all the banks tell me you can't do this. And I'm like, dude, come on.
I say yes, but I think my processors wish I would say no, because it's actually more work for less money, because it's typically smaller loan amounts and things of that nature per property, but the combined adds up to pretty good amount of money. But again, it's just doing the same amount of work as you're talking about an appraisal, evidence of insurance, full preliminary title report for all the multiple properties. So yes, mythical or not, I mean, I'm doing. There's a gentleman, we're like, I think on the 4th series of loans for the same borrower. Again, thank you from your channel, of course. But he could be picking up a possible 56 unit portfolio. Yeah. So
very cool.
So that could possibly happen. And then we've got one that's going to be closing. Let's see here. We've got several actually. So one that should be. Well, we're just waiting for the appraisals because you got like 11, appraisals here, 10 appraisals there. So that's the part. But yes, 100%.
Yeah. So again, you'll do the loans. It is a process, and again, appraisals are the. If you have 11, you're going to do 11 appraisals. You have 56, you're going to do 56. I mean, there's no way around this. Because again, one of the things as a lender, as a make sense lender, you got to validate the asset. There are no shortcuts.
Correct. I mean, we're primarily asset based because again, if you just fit that minimum, credit profile, and the value comes in at the purchase price or whatever value you need to base the loan off of, everything else is a foregone conclusion. We're typically in docs by usually 4 days at that point. Once we get the actual hard copy appraisal and there's no unforeseen, revisions or corrections of the report. It's a pretty well. You've gone through it, so you kind of know.
It's all good. It was once the appraisal was in, I signed the next week. So very, very cool. Well, Stephen, lots of people should be reaching out to you again. Portfolio loans. Oh, we forgot 30-year money on apartments. Love that. Thank you for my 30-year money.
We're closing one right now on a gentleman. Hey, Will, again, not to give away too much of people's, but doing a great job. Also, I mean, we're definitely helping people, but I was just gonna say they're definitely contacting me because my emails get blown up. And again, apologies for the delayed response, people. Do my best to get caught up. It's just this past week, several people are out due to COVID and the flu, so just trying to
get going.
Well, I mean, keeping people healthy and safe and not trying to ride them when they're
of course,
feel like crap at home. Everybody seems to have caught it at home or out and about.
Yeah.
There's not too many people that go into the office nowadays, but still,
Yeah.
it's just, yeah. So anyway, I digress. Sorry.
There you go. Well, do me a favor. It's sdow@velocitymortgage.com. People need to be reaching
Yes,
out.
please.
Steven is working this weekend. Blow them up. Make your
Yes.
plans for 2022. Remember episode 1, rates are going up. Make your plans now. Or
Yes,
otherwise,
one last thing,
yep.
ORAAT in the subject line. Please leave me the best phone number to reach you back at in the body of the email. If you've got a general scenario that you'd like to maybe run by, or you've got a specific deal, give me the detailed information as far as loan amount, desired LTV, your mid FICO score, property address if possible, or at least the city and state, and the property side. And I'll be basically, and the best number to reach you back at, and we'll have a quick discussion to see what the best course of action would be at that point. And then if you like what I'm talking about, I'll give you a quick quote and we can get the ball rolling within 15 minutes.
There you go. Again,
Yes, sir.
sdow@velocitymortgage.com, ORAAT in the subject line, your best
Please.
phone number so we can call you, and a little bit about what
Yes.
you're trying to get done. Let's blow them
Yes.
up this weekend. Let's see if we can't get 15 emails. Well, I don't know. I just throw out a number.
You, with that 25 from last week, you were pretty close. I'm not going to lie.
Yes.
There was, I was like, wow. He said 25, and I'm like, what? Oh, we're a little off, but yeah.
He
It was
almost
pretty
got there.
close. And you had a couple trailing in. So I'll count the ones from that week because, that weekend, even though you're like, let them rest. I'm like, oh,
I love
what do
my
you mean?
audience.
I'm not even resting, man.
They're doing the work. They're figuring it out.
No, they are. No, people are excited. I mean, I think the message is getting out there. We're helping a lot of people. We're allowing people to get into these, income earning opportunities
Mhm.
when they didn't have an option. You know what I mean? So no, it's helping. There's a lot of people.
That's nice.
People that have actually been watching your channel, referred some of their, so the word spreading. Even it's been great. Just what you say, hey, please, people, share as much information, and a lot of people. My friend told me I should call you, and I'm like, who's your friend? Oh yeah, they watch this channel. So not only the specific person, but they're referring other people. So I think this is really getting out there. So
I'm going to try to help 1 million people the rest of my life. So we
Right.
need that network effect. Keep telling your friends, keep pulling them in.
Right.
Let's do it together. Let's send out a lot of
forget
these,
about Kevin Bacon. It'll be like 2 degrees of Michael Zuber.
There you go. I like it.
There you go. Kevin Bacon, who you mean? Oh, Zuber, and he knows this guy that knows the Queen of England. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, man.
There you go.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
Sorry.
Hey, thanks, man. This is a lot of fun. Take care.
Thanks, Mike.